One of the offers on the stimulus package was just pulled off the table. Also, we now have a new signature goal on the $2,000 stimulus check petition. And the governor of California just approved $2.7 billion in stimulus for the state of California. And the Treasury just announced they've distributed $2.9 billion of relief for low income in one single month. And consumer debt surged by $40 billion in one single month. And lastly, what you can expect showing up at your door in the next few weeks. All of that plus more in this video, so let's get into it right now. But if you haven't done so, or if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video so you can join the fastest growing advocacy group and the #1 channel right here on YouTube dedicated to bringing you daily updates with everything going on as it pertains to stimulus, the stimulus package, stimulus checks, low income, money, benefits, Social Security, SSDI, SSI, VA, RRB, and so much more that we're covering right here on the videos every single day. There's a lot going on right now, and I want to make sure that you're staying tuned with everything going on, and ultimately I want to help you get as much money, benefits, and anything else we can possibly get our hands on right now with all of these massive changes that continue happening. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I truly do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss any videos going forward, and let's get into this right now. And yes, my wife Corey will be back in just a couple minutes here with another list of names pulled right out of the fan club for shoutouts in this video. So congratulations in advance, and those people will be coming here in just a second. All right, we have a lot to talk about in this video, so let's buzz through these relatively quickly. I'm not going to go into too much detail on these simply because we have a lot to talk about, so let's get into this right now. Number one, I want to talk about this proposal that was introduced by Joe Manchin a couple weeks ago in regards to the Build Back Better agenda. Now, this is the stimulus package that they've been working on since April of 2021. Yeah, it's been a very long time. This thing has been all over the board. Started out at about $6 trillion. It was refined down to about $3.5 trillion. Then it was shaved down again to about $1.75 trillion. And now the House bill is at about $2.2 trillion. However, a few weeks ago, Joe Manchin was out and said, nope, not doing it. I am not on board with this bill. And he was out shortly thereafter introducing a $1.8 trillion counter proposal. However, according to the resources and everything that I'm looking at now, it looks like that offer has been pulled off the table and there are no further discussions on the Build Back Better agenda at this time. Now again, we've talked about this a little bit just a couple days ago in previous videos, and it looks like they're going to revisit this thing here in a couple weeks, but it looks like they have some other packages on the table right here, right now, that it looks like has a little bit more precedence in front of everything going on because they need to get something done quickly and they need to get this package passed. So it looks like they're kind of tabling the Build Back Better agenda for now, but they will be revisiting it here later in the month. And of course, I'll keep you posted. However, it does sound like that bill and the proposal from Joe Manchin is possibly off the table and discussions are not going forward at this time. All right, let's quickly talk about the $2,000 stimulus check petition. Now, this one actually reached 3 million signatures late last night, actually about 23 hours or so ago. So congratulations on that one. Very cool. But now we have a new goal on the signatures for this stimulus check petition. And again, this is the one calling on a $2,000 monthly recurring payment through the entire course of this COVID situation. Now, we reached 3 million signatures. The new goal is 4,500,000. So 4.5 million signatures. Another 1.5 million signatures above where we currently are right now. So it's already going forward. It's still gathering more signatures, and that petition is on change.org. We've talked about it a few times right here. All right, let's quickly move on here to what the governor, I almost said president. No, not the president of California. The governor of California just approved $2.7 billion in stimulus for the state of California. Kind of interesting, right? So we're starting to see some of these states come out right now in conjunction with some of these lawmakers that are currently working on another big package on the federal level. So kind of interesting how all of these localities and states are starting to come out right now, recognizing, hey, we need some more cash, right? I'm going to be honest with you. There was another location also. It's not coming to me off the top of my head right now. I just remember seeing it, but they were calling on $1.4 billion. I can't recall this state that it was. But anyway, I can bring that to you in a separate video. But basically, this other state was calling on additional $1.4 billion of stimulus as well. So we're starting to see a lot of $1 billion being thrown around once again right here. All right, let's quickly move on to what the Treasury just distributed. $2.9 billion of stimulus. Well, let me say this much, not necessarily stimulus, but more like rental assistance for the low income in the month of November. Now, why am I talking about November? That was a couple months ago, because this data is delayed by 2 months. That's why. But in the month of November, the Treasury distributed $2.9 billion of rental relief for low income in that month alone. According to some reports, that this rental relief, the $46 billion that was distributed between the last couple stimulus packages, they're starting to run out of money. So if you feel that you are possibly behind on your rent right now, maybe your mortgage, and you need some help with your utilities, your rent, things like this. By the way, this also helps with rent and utilities. So if you're behind on your utilities, you might want to check this out. But anyway, they are starting to run out of money. You might want to check it out if you feel like you need some assistance with your past due rents or your utilities. Please check it out. The money is there, and they want to give this money out to low income. So please check it out if you're there. You can do a simple internet search, type in your location, and then type in emergency rental assistance, and you should be able to find something there. There's a lot of money still available, but it's running out quickly according to the sources that I'm looking at right now. So please be aware of that. Also, in accordance with another report that I came across, yeah, I know, right? A lot to talk about in this video. In fact, I'm not even talking about all of it. I had to pick through the things that I thought were most relevant to everybody here on the community. All right, so in conjunction with a separate report, it's now showing that consumer debt increased by $40 billion in the month of November. Again, this is another report that is delayed by 2 months. So in the month of November, Americans picked up another $40 billion of debt. Wow. Again, seriously, here's what it breaks down to though. Revolving debt, including credit cards, increased by $19.8 billion. Non-revolving debt, including like auto loans and student loans, things like this, increased by $22.2 billion, over $40 billion in one single month. This is a new record for all of us. So I don't know if this is a record we should be proud of or not, but yeah, as Americans, we went into debt by an additional $40 billion in 1 month alone, November last year, right? Unbelievable. That's a lot of money. Here's what they're also suggesting with this report that I was just talking about here. They're actually basically saying that people are running low on savings. Essentially, people have burned up all their savings. We spent all of our savings, if we even had any, but anybody who had savings is essentially spending it all during this time right now, and we're starting to float all of these balances on credit cards, which is why consumer debt continues to rise, is because we simply don't have the money right now because we've spent all of our savings, if we even had any in the first place, and now we're starting to float all of these balances on credit cards. Not a good thing, right? All of us know, I think we've all possibly learned the hard way, unfortunately. Credit cards can be very, very expensive. Paying 19.5% or 23.5% interest, yeah, that's kind of hard to get ahead, right? It's a very difficult thing to do when paying that much interest month over month, especially if you can't cover the expenses and all of a sudden that interest keeps racking up. It's very hard to get ahead, right? So been there, done that, not fun. I don't like it at all. It adds up really fast and it hurts, right? It's just like money that's going to nothing, right? It's like nothing money, right? So it's not very fun spending that when it's going to interest. And yeah, not a fun situation. So that is a new report that just came out talking about consumer debt in the month of November. $40 billion, which is a new record. Wow. Yeah. So anyway, let's quickly talk about what you can expect at your door to be arriving within the next couple months, next couple weeks here. According to the administration and some other reports that are coming out right now, it looks like the administration is finalizing a big order of 500 million rapid COVID tests that apparently are going to be sent out to every doorstep. That's a lot of doorsteps. So if you receive a little package at your door in the next couple weeks here, it certainly would be nice if it was something fun, but apparently it's going to be one of these rapid COVID tests. So 500 million of these things are going out, apparently. So again, we've also heard that many other times. Remember back, when was it even? I'm going to think for a second. It was probably back in early 2021. Honestly, I don't remember exactly when it was. It was probably around that time, maybe March, April, or May time, something like that. I'm just guessing around the time. I think it was early-ish 2021. Remember when they had the great idea of sending out masks to every household? Do you remember that one? What a joke. I mean, seriously. I mean, all of us have masks, right? We probably all have our own preferences. And I remember reading the comments on that video. A lot of you were thinking, forget the mask. Just send me some money. I don't care about the mask. You know what I mean? I'm not saying we shouldn't wear masks. I'm not saying that at all. I'm simply saying it was kind of a funny idea at the time. Well, back then they said, we're going to send out masks to every single doorstep. It never happened. Remember that whole thing? So again, maybe this will actually happen this time, but again, we won't hold our breath to see if anything actually shows up at our door. But just in case something arrives at your door in the next couple weeks here, it's one of these rapid COVID tests. 500 million of them going out. So, I don't know, kind of interesting. So, this is what I have for you as of right now. Again, this is not even everything that I found while doing my research, but I thought all of this could be relevant to everybody here in the community. I wanted to boil it all down into this video, kind of give it to you quickly here. I didn't want to elaborate too much simply because we had a lot to talk about here, and I always like to be respectful of your time. So, those are the updates that I have for you as of right now. So with that being said, Corey's going to come in here in just a few seconds and she's going to read the newest list of names pulled right out of the fan club. By the way, if you're interested in checking that out, it is completely optional, 100%. All of my videos here on YouTube are 100% free, always have been, always will be, and that is my commitment to you. But the fan club is just for those people who want maybe a little bit more. If you want to check that out, there's a link in the description. Otherwise, at the top of the comment section, there'll be a pinned comment from me, and you can check out the link there as well. But again, please remember it is 100% optional, not required by any means at all. Here's what we do. So every single week we will be updating the list of members from the fan club, and we will be giving new shoutouts in every single video. It'll be a new list of names that Corey will come in and give shoutouts to. So with that being said, make sure to subscribe down below, share this video, and check out any of the other 2,000 videos right here on the channel. And Corey will be here right now with that new list of names, and congratulations to all the shoutouts, and the new updated list will be coming out tomorrow. So enjoy. Thanks again, Corey. Take it away, and congratulations.
Hi, we'd like to give shoutouts to Mary Klinkwinowie, Cheryl Gant, Sue Champion, LaBeth 1963, and Cindy Felver, My Haunted Dolls.